Let's see where I left off at. Let me see if I can pull this down. Hey, Rara. So, okay. So I've had some technical difficulty. Let me try to start off where I left off at, or pick up where I left off at, because I definitely don't remember where I left off. I think it was um okay, here we go. Mm, no. Okay, so this is where I left off. So sorry y'all for the technical issues. I really don't know what's going on with my restream, or it may not even be restream. It might just be my computer, because it seemed like while I was uh talking, my computer totally just restarted by itself. I don't know if I kicked something or what just happened. But let me just try to pick up where I left off. So, okay. So the document says that basically Milagro Gramz is questioning whether or not Meg the Stallion was ever even pew-pewed by Tory Lanez in the begin with. Okay, Meg the Stallion's attorney is saying that she shouldn't be asking that because it was determined in the court of law that Tory Lanez is guilty. Now, this is this is what I mean when I say that, excuse me, y'all, I'm still kind of congested. This is what I mean when I say that there's a difference between blogging and journalism. There is definitely a difference. Like, okay, so if you're watching CNN now, don't get me wrong, journalists lie too. The news lies as well. You watch Fox News, they tell a lot. They tell a lot of lies, but I'm speaking more so on the expectation and what you're expected to do as a blogger, and what you're expected to do as a journalist. Now, when Milagro Gramz is questioning, oh well, were you even assaulted by Tory Lanez, or did that even happen? Okay, well, I feel like that's kind of like a normal thing for a blogger to do, especially if they already have their own opinions set in place about what they think about the story, about the internet story. So if they don't really believe that it happened, I could see a blogger throwing their own opinion in just a little bit. So I don't see anything wrong with Milagro Gramz really questioning that if she feels that Tory Lanez was innocent, because that's what bloggers do. But then when the lines get crossed and you start putting out blatant lies as if it's factual, then that's the problem. So some of the stuff that's inside of these court docs and some of the things that she's suing Milagro Gramz over, I just really don't think that some of it is going to stick. Some of it I do think will stick. Some of it I think it's a bit far fetched. Okay, but anyway, let me go to the next one. It says in May 2022. Hold on, let's see. In May In May 2022, defendant posted an image of a Los Angeles Police Department report from Tory Lanez's arrest, stating that the first doctor to see Meg the Stallion confirmed a laceration due to stepping on glass, not a firearm wound. However, the information from the police report was recorded before the bullet fragments were discovered in Meg the Stallion's feet during surgery, which completely debunked the defendant's post. And did not stop the bloggers from picking up the defendant's post and spreading this misinformation. Now, I also heard that misinformation as well. Now, I'm not sure if it directly came from Milagro Gramz, but I feel like I heard that as well. Yeah, so I don't know. Um, Now that's one of those things that in my opinion, I would call a blatant lie. Okay, if she didn't have proof of that, um, because within situations like that, obviously there's physical evidence and everything else that comes into play. So hold on one second, y'all. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Defendant also attended the trial and live streamed her falsehoods during hearings. Dang. So it says Milagro Gramz attended the trial. Now you want to talk about invested. Yeah, I would say that she truly was invested. Okay. Um, Defendants' posts consistently spread misinformation, challenging the stories of witnesses and their credibility while sharing their names online, amounting to witness intimidation. During the trial, defendant posted the following tweets. Now, this is interesting because this gets into, you know what? Let me see if I can, hold on, because then I'll be able to zoom in. Let me switch my screen. Uh, okay, this is the official doc, so I can, let's get down to these tweets that they're talking about. Okay, so this is one tweet that Milagro Gramz made December 2022, where she says, talking about credible, we all sitting it, talking about credible when we all sitting in there, shut the F up. Then she wrote December 14th, 2022, Kelsey spoke, and Kelsey was Meg Thee Stallion's best friend. Kelsey spoke to the prosecutors and told them one thing, but today she says she lied. Kelsey says she never saw Tory pull a GUN on Megan or pew pew her. Then she goes on to write another tweet here that says all this case taught anyone was that your father, brother, cousin, or son could face over 20 years in prison without proper evidence, a botched investigation, and another likely suspect just because non-credible witnesses said you did something. Y'all slow ASSs are cheering them on. So as you can see, just due to her, what's going on, Lux Pearl? Hey Terry, hey everybody. Hey Mr. Troy. Um, hey Angel. This it just goes to show, okay, so we see Milagro Gramz don't believe her. And it kind of reminds me of this kind of, it does, well, I'm not gonna say it totally reminds me of this sector or the saga because I know that this story with Milagro Gramz and Meg Thee Stallion is going to pick up a lot of traction, and a lot of people are probably going to be talking about this coming up shortly, if they're not already. But one thing about this case that really differentiates this case from the LaTruth saga is, and the bloggers that covered the LaTruth saga and defended LaTruth, is because a lot of the things that, or not even a lot of the things, damn near all of the things that we posted or spoke on regarding Brianna was factual and came from her own mouth. See, Brianna would have a hard time trying to sue us because we actually only blogged about what she said. We literally we didn't go to no court dates. We didn't have no speculation. We didn't try to talk to her family members. We literally took the videos of what she said out of her own mouth and broke down what she said, broke her lies down, and tried to make it make sense or pointed out where it didn't make sense. So that's very different. Milagro Gramz, on the other hand, she was going to court dates. She was very involved with the father. She was being paid allegedly. So this goes very deep. Okay, and then if she's being paid, that's something else. That, thank you, Healing Hearts. That's also a whole nother can of worms there, because like I told y'all, Tory Lanez has actually gotten enough, and that's crazy to get a restraining order while you behind bars. So Tory Lanez getting a restraining order while he already locked up, because he's still, according to Meg Thee Stallion, is making moves and harassing her through other vessels. Right? So you can still harass somebody through another vessel, which is what the allegation is, that he's using Milagro Gramz to spread false information, or to spread not only false information, but put out stories that paints him in a good light and paints Meg Thee Stallion in a negative light, showing her to be a liar. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have been watching, been keeping up with the whole case with Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, but there's been so much speculation. I've never seen anything like it, Why, and I know that, well, it's not really off topic, but just to get away from Milagro Gramz for just 1 second, I have never seen so much speculation around someone being SHOOT. It's either you were or you weren't. And if you were, how can anyone tell you that you were not? When you go to the hospital, aren't they able to find a bullet or bullet fragments? And isn't that, can't you prove that? And wasn't there witnesses? And wasn't there like, is surveillance? I remember seeing surveillance cameras of helicopters flying. It was a big scene. I don't know if y'all remember all of this, but I'm trying to understand, why is there such speculation around her being assaulted by Tory Lanez? I don't understand that, because I feel like I could see if she said, "Oh, Tory Lanez, he whooped my ass" or something like that. Maybe there could be some speculation. Who knows? But when it comes to a pew pewing, wouldn't there be physical evidence at the high? It wouldn't that be something that you could easily prove? Because I heard a lot of bloggers saying that Tory Lanez is not the one that pew pewed her, that Kelsey did it. But it seems here that Milagro is saying that the lady was not allegedly shot at all. So I don't understand how that can be said when I'm sure before Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years in prison, I'm sure that was one thing that they made sure of, that she was actually pew pewed. So I don't know what's going on here. And then it says, more recently, after posting about a lawsuit, a former videographer filed against Meg Thee Stallion in April 2024, and Meg Thee Stallion's motions to dismiss. Milagro Grams also falsely claimed that Miss Pete was caught trying to deceive the courts again, end quote, referencing her testimony in the trial. It goes on to say, enough is enough. Meg Thee Stallion, a victim of a violent crime and a champion of women's rights to her millions of fans worldwide, will no longer stand for defendant's campaign of harassment. She brings this complaint for damages and equitable relief to end the defendant Cooper's vendetta against her. Okay, let's go. Let's go down. Oh wow. Okay, so jurisdiction and venue. The court has subject matter jurisdiction over the state law claims alleged herein under whatever code that is, because there is complete diversity between the parties, and the amount of controversy exceeds the sum of $75,000 exclusive of interest and costs. So she basically saying that she has suffered damages over $75,000 from the acts taken by Milagro Grams, aka Milagro uh, Cooper. Okay, so let me go down a little bit. Defendant Milagro Grams is also a well-known online social media grifter who traffics in false and sensationalist narratives. Defendant, which Milagro Grams, controls and operates a Twitter account under the screen name Mob's World, Instagram and TikTok accounts under the username Milagro Grams, and a YouTube account under the screen name Mob Radio. Defendant has the power. Okay, so it says Milagro Grams has the power to determine the subject matter and specific content that is published on her social media accounts, and to remove or refrain from publishing content if she chooses. Milagro Grams is the sole writer and or editor of every post on all her social media accounts. So let me look at. I want to let me look at Milagro Graham's YouTube again real quick. I just want to see something. Let's see how much she speaks. I ain't gonna play none of her content though. But let me see real quick, how much does she speak on this subject, and when is the last time she spoke on it? Let me pull this down for a sec. Okay, Miss Milagro. Okay, so let's see. Um, nothing. This is I'm a month in at this point. Okay, so she got a video up about Tory Lane's a case update here. That was 1 month ago. She has another one about Tory Lane's case update, live appeal reading. So she was live here. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. I said I wasn't gonna play none, but I gotta see this. Skip.
Right.
I'll turn that down. Okay. So live appeal reading. What is she doing here? Let's see. Uh, what you doing, Milagro? I know somebody named. Well, I know somebody named Malago. It's spelled Malago, but with no R. But
It's so much alcohol. So
let me see. Oh, so she's just reading the document. She's reading the documentation. Um, this sounds to me a lot like somebody just mad or a celebrity just mad about how they're being painted in the public. And I feel like because Milagro Gramz, now I'm not saying she's 100% innocent because it was some things in that court document that I read where I was like, oh, well, no, I don't think you should have said that. But in the same token, I still feel like Milagro Gramz this is somebody that Meg the Stallion is using as an example. Lux Pearl said Milagro is the truth. She's on station here a lot. She cursed like a sailor. Megan wants her to shut up. That's what I think too. I do feel like Megan Thee Stallion does want Milagro Gramz to shut up because the things that she's saying is making her look bad. But also, what I will say is that certain things that Milagro Grams has stated, you know, I could see I could see why she's being sued. Um, I guess, but at the same token, Milagro Grams is not the only one that blogs on Meg the Stallion. And she's not the only one that's been blogging on this situation. And she also is not the only blogger that thinks that Meg the Stallion is a liar. I mean, I've watched several bloggers pretty much say the same thing. It's a lot of motion on social media to where who or a whole community on social media that does not believe that Meg the Stallion is 100% truthful um, in regards to her story with that incident with Tory Lanez. And I can kind of understand why, because during the trial, during the whole, time this was going on, Meg the Stallion did go on a couple interviews. Stories were changed. Meg the Stallion did change her story quite a few times. She even tried to flat out deny that she ever had like a romantic relationship with Tory Lanez. And so when you get caught in telling those lies, when you get caught in that, it makes you look not look as credible. And I think that did not work in her favor. I think that if she was going to come out and act as like a activist for women against who have been survivors of violence or DV or domestic crimes or whatever, she should have just told the truth about everything from jump. Because now people look at Meg very questionable about the whole situation. Let me look at some more of these comments. Luck said, I know a lot about this case. Unfortunately, I've been following her for 5+ years. Who, Milagro? Brown needs to stay in the ground. Milagro has been on her ASS, though, is Milagro's delivery. She's been lying since day one. Um, see, like I said in the beginning, this live stream is all chopped up because I kept getting kicked off and put back in and kicked off again. But I don't really watch Milagro like that, so I really don't know what her delivery usually is. But what I do know is that oftentimes, because it sounds like she has a strong personality, it sounds like she has a gift, a talent of keeping people engaged in what it is that she's saying. And sometimes, even if other people are saying the same thing that you're saying, you're going to get all of the attention and you're going to get all of the traction. And sometimes you're going to even get the punishment for doing the same thing that everybody else is doing because people realize that your voice is valuable and people understand it. Oh, people listen to her. It really basically, that's what it said in the court document, that she has power and influence. So I think I'm gonna start listening to Milagro because I want to see what she's talking about and who she is. So she basically being sued because of her power and influence. She has power and influence over people. And when she says something, Megan the Stallion in Meg's camp believes that people will believe her. And that's really the problem. I believe she got Tori out the way this time with KZ. Hmm. Interesting. This is the person I told you about a couple months ago. Milagro is dope. Yeah, I'm gonna check her out. Hey, Danny. Let me get back to this. Hold on. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Oh no, I was trying to see. That's what I was doing. I was trying to see like how often. Okay, so where do we stop? How often does she speak on this case? So that was 1 month ago. Let's see. The last one I saw was 1 month ago. Mm, okay, 3 months ago, Meg playing victim. I don't really see that much about. Well, yeah, she got some more. Okay, Meg, the Stallion's new man. Uh, she may have deleted some stuff. Let me look at her videos. It's very possible that she may have deleted some things because the way that they're making it sound in this lawsuit, I mean, you would think she talked about the damn girl every day. Uh, let's see. Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't know, Lux Pearl. Am I missing something? Because she talks about the case, but I don't think any more than anything else that she talks about here. She has a video with Meg the Stallion 5 months ago, another one 5 months ago with Meg the Stallion. Oh yeah, I see. But oh wow, yeah, she was really following the case. Okay, she was really following it. I see. That was a year ago. These are a year. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If you guys have been facts, facts, absolutely. But it's not. But you know what? It should have. But you know what? People should have been. It did that. That's something that bloggers should have been taking note of, because that once we saw that Cardi B sued Tasha K behind what she said on her channel. See, it's only so much. There's only so much of a fair use act that you can put on your page before it don't work no more. Because that fair use act, yeah, you can put that up there, but it really doesn't do anything. Especially if you're not using certain words like could be, maybe, allegedly, and you just blatantly out here. We've seen it, right? We've seen these idiots jump online in this saga. Robert Hampton is a child molester. Robert Hampton likes little girls. Your dumb ass could go to court for that, stupid. We've seen these jackasses get right on here and say this type of stuff out their mouth, but they only do that because they think that the man ain't got no money. It takes money to sue someone. It takes money to sue somebody. It takes time and money, a lot of time and a lot of money. Y'all know how long Tasha K was in court back and forth with Cardi B? It was some years, right? No, Tasha K was more than out of control. Tasha K was off her whole rocker. And you know what? A lot of these new bloggers, up and coming bloggers, they look up to Tasha K. They want to be Tasha K. They want to be like Tasha K. But the truth of the matter is, I feel like that's just a horrible that's a horrible example to look up to, because Tasha K says anything out of her damn mouth. She lies all the time on people, all the time. I mean, Cardi B is the only that Cardi B is just one person that sued Tasha. The whole industry can't stand Tasha K. Cardi B is just one person. Um, who else was threatening to sue? Steve Harvey was threatening to sue Tasha K. When the hell, when Steve Harvey threatens to sue you, you know that you fucking up, right? Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart was gonna sue Tasha K. TD Jakes was talking about suing Tasha K. She just does too much. So as a new and up and coming blogger, if you're gonna look up to somebody, it wouldn't be Tasha K. That for me, I wouldn't be looking up to Tasha K. I would be looking up to, and I think, and let's speak on this too. I really believe that that's the reason, not just in this sector, but a lot of different sectors. I really do believe that that's why a lot of these new, fresh on the scene bloggers and content creators, why their personalities are so outrageous and why they say some of the nastiest and craziest things out of their mouths for shock value, is because they think that they're going to get in a Tasha K like position. That's not guaranteed. You're on here embarrassing yourself trying to be like a Tasha K. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. I'm still trying to get over this cold. Trying to be like a Tasha K, and it's just not guaranteed. What's gonna happen is you're gonna get on here trying to be like Tasha K, and your ass gonna end up in court. That's what's gonna happen. I personally look up to more classier bloggers. Like I stated before, my live got cut off earlier, but like I stated before, I enjoy Meek at Night. I like Lovely T. I also like what's the name of that darn channel? She doesn't even, she don't go live. Oh, the Impressive channel. I really like the Impressive channel. She's a blogger. She doesn't go live. She makes videos, but she's very, very good at what she does. She sticks to the facts. You can tell that she's very well versed in entertainment and music, and everything like that. So I really like her. There's a couple of them out here. Did I miss anybody? Because I know, Armand can get a little outrageous too, but he is entertaining. So yeah, there's a lot of different bloggers that you can watch and really look up to. Tasha K is her brand. I guess when you think of bloggers, the first person you think of is Tasha K, because she's so ridiculous. You know, she's so ridiculous, and she's always in some controversy, and she's always being sued. So obviously that's the first person you're gonna think of. But there's a lot of really, really good bloggers out here. I don't know if y'all can think back to this is old school, y'all. But if y'all are really like fans of bloggers, if y'all really like are into watching different bloggers on YouTube, drop a one in the chat if y'all still watch the Scorpion Show, or if you've ever watched the Scorpion Show. Let me find it. Hold on. These are the real OGs right here. These the real OGs, and a lot of people leave them out of the conversation when they talk about bloggers. I don't know why. Because the Scorpion show, I used to watch this religiously. Why am I not subbed? I used to watch this religiously.
What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a good day. So before y'all watch the preview of the new video, I just wanted to come on and do something different by saying, hey, so if you are $5, enjoy this video. You just get the chills. Like,
I think these two guys are from what? You don't know about the Scorpion show? They used to be way more active on YouTube. Like they used to be on top of like every single story. I'm talking about they used to be super super active. But I don't think they're as active anymore, but they still do post. They still do post every now and again. They're always together. I think these two young guys are from Philly. And they're really popular actually, but for some reason, and I think it's because sometimes when you take a more practical approach, you're not out here. Everybody knows that ignorance sells. Everybody knows that sex sells. Uh, Anything pretty much demonic sells. If you're going on your platform lying on folks, it's gonna sell. If you're going on your platform calling every B word in the book, it's gonna sell, right? But there's consequences to that as well. When you take a more reasonable approach and you go into blogging, doing it the right way, you may not climb the ladder as fast as somebody that's always coming online, cussing people out, lying on people, having to go to court and everything else. Like people want to see drama. So of course they're going to be drawn to that, but it's not going to last forever though. So if you're not following the Scorpion show, y'all really should check them out. They're a good vibe. It's practical. They ain't got all of the bells and the whistles and the cool backgrounds and all of that, but the conversation is always good. They talk about politics, they talk about life, they talk about celebrity news, they talk about world news. As you can see, this one they covered the 2024 election. These are my boys right here. I'm bragging on them because I don't know them or nothing, but I've been following them since I was like in my early 20s. That's how long. That's how long they've been on YouTube. Like I'm 37. Like they've been on YouTube since I was in my 20s. Well, probably maybe before then. I don't know. But yeah, they've been on YouTube for a very, very, very long time, and that's what you call an OG. You know. Um, what's going on, Queen Stuff? Hey, Alexis. Sorry, I do not know. Yeah, go check them out. Let's see. Okay, so I guess we just gonna have to really just keep our eye on the situation with Milagro Gramz and Meg the Stallion. I know that Armand Wiggins is also covering the story. Um and I listened to a little bit of what he said. It seems like I know back in the day that Armand Wiggins did interview Milagro Gramz or something like that. So they have some sort of relationship. They know each other. And I guess Milagro is a little upset. I don't know if she's put out some recent tweets or something like that, but I did watch Armand Wiggins' most recent video or live stream on it. And he's saying that Milagro is offended, basically doesn't want him to talk about the case. Doesn't want Armand to talk about the case. Don't want him to talk about what's going on with Meg the Stallion and Tory and all of the new updates and all of this. But he said, this is a story. You're taking it personal, but for me, it's just a story. I'm just covering the story. You can't do something and then expect because I've interviewed you before, that I'm not going to talk about it. So Armand, man, on one of the videos that he recently did on one of his recent live streams, when he was talking about Meg the Stallion and Milagro Gramz, he was really just speaking on how you mess up as soon as you start trying to form a personal connection with the person that you're covering. And he basically said that Milagro thought that it was cool to be on a personal one-on-one basis with Tory Lanez and his camp. She was online bragging about the fact that she was going out to dinner allegedly with Tory Lanez's father. She was receiving allegedly Zales from Tory Lanez's father. She was getting shout outs from Tory Lanez from behind bars. And all of that was cool and boosting your status. But then when this happened, we're not supposed to talk about this. It don't work that way. Lux Pearl said Armand and Milagro have a love-hate relationship. Is it true Megan filed for protective order against Tory Lanez? She did actually. She recently, I'm gonna actually pull that article up. I did have it up, but my computer kept going in and out. Let me see if I can find it. I seen it on TMZ. She filed a protective order against Tory Lanez because she's basically accusing him of using Milagro Gramz as a vehicle to harass him, basically feeding her information, telling her what to post. Kind of the same thing that Brianna was doing with Nate. Just giving Nate the information to put out. So that's what Meg the Stallion is accusing Tory Lanez of doing. Let me see if I can pull this up. I want to see if TMZ says anything different than what I just read in these court documents, because if it does, I don't know. For the people that just came in, yeah, I did. I read the court documents, but let me put, or part of them. I didn't read everything. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm trying to change the screen. Okay, let me see. I don't know why it's not letting me. Can y'all still hear me? Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Or drop a one if y'all can hear me. Let me get rid of this. Can you guys hear me? Yes or no? No? Okay, good. Thanks, Lux Pearl. So let's see. So this was an update today at 3 p.m. It says Meg Thee Stallion's attorney Mary Henderson tells TMZ it's no coincidence that Unite the People represents both Tory, and I guess that's Tory Lanez's camp. Coincidence that Unite the People represents both Tory Lanez and Milagro Cooper. So the law firm's statement simply reaffirms the fact that they're working together to bully, harass, and victimize Meg Thee Stallion. Instead of denying that Milagro has been paid, they collectively question how Meg Thee Stallion could uncover their conspiracy. So basically what they're saying is Unite the People, which is a law firm that represents Tory Lanez, is now representing Milagro Gramz. And they're not necessarily denying that Milagro Gramz is working with Tory Lanez. What they're saying is, how the hell do you know Meg Thee Stallion? And like, in other words, are you going to be able to prove it? Like, you can say what you want to say, but can you prove it? Basically. The reality is that Milagro's own attorneys confirmed that Tory's prison calls are public record and even acknowledged they wouldn't raise any objections regarding them. So it is surprising they will turn around and issue. It's surprising that they turn around and issue a public statement attacking our exposing these calls. We are confident that the truth will be exposed and look forward to pursuing this case in court, not in the media like Tory has done time and time again. Tory Lanez, his father, Sunstar Peterson, and Blow. What kind of names do they have? Because you know Tory Lanez's name is Daystar. Hey, Tory's name is Daystar. His dad's name is Sunstar. That's weird. And blogger Milagro Gramz. And another thing, I know that Milagro Gramz is excited as hell for her name to be in TMZ. Because I mean, come on now. Yeah, she's being sued and everything, but she's not a huge blogger. 79K subs is a lot, but I mean, you know, you can have. I mean, these people out here with millions of subs that haven't made it to TMZ. So they say all press is good press. I don't know, but I know she excited as hell to be on TMZ. I mean, I'm just saying. Milagro Graham, man, I don't even think she got no money like that because they suing her. What are they gonna, if anything, what are they gonna get? All of her proceeds from YouTube. And blogger Milagro Gramz are firing back at claims from Meg Thee Stallion's lawyers that they're conspiring to spread misinformation and harass the Roc Nation rapper in a complaint filed this week. The allegations largely stem from jailhouse phone calls between Tory, Sunstar, and Milagro. Damn. But Caesar McDowell, CEO of Unite the People, says his client is a victim of a calculated legal takedown. Caesar tells TMZ Hip Hop, we are deeply concerned by the continued efforts to spin partial stories in an attempt to distort the truth and mislead the people. It's noted the jailhouse phone calls aren't quoted too much in the complaint, and Caesar says it's because there's clear evidence there's no harassment taking place. Caesar says the most recent waves of accusations involves claims that during a phone call, Tory Lanez's father allegedly stated Meg Thee Stallion will be unable to prove that Tory Lanez paid Milagro Gramz to attack Megan Thee Stallion. However, they conveniently omitted a crucial part of the conversation where Tory Lanez's father added, because you didn't. Okay. Milagro was present during the trial. You know what? This statement right here shows me that, in my opinion, that Milagro was probably being paid. And the reason I say that is because it says inside of one of the jailhouse conversations that Tory was having a conversation with his father. And Tory, with his dumb ass, he said, they not gonna be able to prove that I was paying her. After he said that, his father jumped in at the end and said, because you didn't. His father knows that all jailhouse calls are being recorded. So his father was very smart to add that part at the end. But the fact that Tory said they're not going to be able to prove it, that's the most guiltiest shit to say in the world. If you ever want to know if somebody is guilty of something, then the first thing that a guilty person is going to say is prove it. That's every time I watch a lot of interrogation videos. If a person is guilty of doing something, they're going to ask you to prove it. They're not going to say they didn't do it. They're going to say prove it, because they want to know how you know they did it. Because they know they did it. So they're going to say, well, prove it then. Because they want to see if they trying to get the information out of you that you may have on them. Oldest trick in the book. So if somebody tells you to prove something, 9 times out of 10 they did it. So Milagro was present during the trial. So I'm sorry. Milagro was present during the trial, as was Tory Lanez's father. And Megan's team says they heard her trauma testimonies in court, so they know what buttons to push. So they're accusing Milagro of showing up to court so that they can further harass Meg Thee Stallion. Caesar says this isn't the first time such tactics have been used, claiming a consistent pattern of spinning narratives, manipulating facts, and misrepresenting the truth. Unite the people will not stand by and allow these bullies to continue their smear campaign. We will not be intimidated, and we will continue to fight for justice. Tory is still early going in on his 10-year prison sentence, and it's been a rough year. His wife filed for divorce over the summer, and jailhouse authorities confiscated the recording equipment he had been using to make music on the inside. Friday, Tory still managed to get out a new collaboration with DDG. I heard that song, and it's hot. I'm gonna say that. And I don't want to get off track, but DDG is also very underrated as an artist. Handling business where the moments leading up to the shooting get referenced. Only one thing I regret about that night is jumping out the pool with Kylie. Tory, Megan, and former Kelsey. Okay, so this is showing what happened during that night. I remember this video coming out. Let me see if I can play it. This the video with Meg the Stallion got out that car and she was like limping with her foot up. Let me see. You know what? I know this isn't funny. Hold on, let me see if I can skip. I know I shouldn't laugh at this, but when I actually read what happened, and they said that Tory Lanez. That's why I said this. I don't know. I think some of this stuff was exaggerated because they said Tory Lanez was shooting at Meg the Stallion's feet and was saying "dance, bitch." I said, "What? What was going on that night?" I said, "Tory is savage. Dance. What's going on here? Is this the right footage? What am I playing? Hold on, y'all. Yeah, this is it. This is it. I'm looking like, who is that on the ground? Okay, so that's Meg right there limping. Said he was pointed the GUN to her feet and said, "Dance, bitch." All right, let me see. I don't want to play the sound. Yeah, but why would Tory? But why would she lie and say Tory did it though instead of Kelsey? I know Kelsey was her best friend, but if you shoot me in the foot, you ain't my friend no more. I'm just looking at this video. I don't know who that is over there on the ground like that. Now, who is this getting out the car? I think this is Kelsey. I think that's Kelsey. Where her clothes at? We got somebody on the ground. She half naked. She limping. It's just a hot mess. This scene is a hot mess. So this Meg right over here. Is that Tory? Who is that? And she done fell out. She asking what's going on. She done passed out. What is going on? This is a night. So then Tory found out that his attorney had ties to Rock Nation. But wasn't Tory Lanez signed to Rock Nation though? Yeah. Because then Tory found out that his attorney had ties to Rock Nation. Okay, y'all, we're gonna keep our eye on this case and see what happens with Milagro Gramz. But like I said, he did file a restraint. Meg the Stallion did file a restraining order against Tory Lanez. I don't know if this may be the first case in history of somebody getting a restraining order while they're behind bars. I'm just like, what is going on? But yes, she did file a restraining order against him. We're gonna keep our eyes on this case between Meg the Stallion and Milagro Gramz. and we're gonna, keep our eye on what's going on with that. It's probably gonna be a very, very, very long case. We see how long the damn case was with um Tasha K and Cardi B. I mean, that took years. So it takes a long time to sue somebody for stuff like this. So I don't know how long this case is gonna be going on. Now, as far as the restraining order that she placed on Tory Lanez, I feel like she only did, or her team only filed that restraining order on Tory Lanez to further back, or for further to strengthen their case against Milagro, basically. Because when they get to court, they're going to be able to say, well, yeah, and we also had to file a restraining order. So when you have all of these things put in place, oh, I have the phone calls from prison. I have the proof that the Zales were being sent to Milagro Gramz. I've also had to get a restraining order against Tory. When you put all those things together, it makes for a stronger case. So I think that was one of the reasons why she did it. But anyway, you guys, I will be back maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Y'all know how I do. Sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 days to come back. Who knows? But I was sick. So Lux Pearl said it's all strategic. Yeah, it definitely is. It's a strategic thing. They're trying to get Milagro to shut up. That's what they're trying to do. But thanks for joining me, y'all. I'll be back maybe tomorrow, maybe not. But I will see you guys soon. Make sure that you hit the like button on your way out. Make sure that you share this video, and make sure that you hit the bell so that you can be notified of any time that I live stream in the future. If you would like to donate to my channel, my cash app is $UPP1987. All right, y'all. Peace.